Click the first link in the description for the best Askreddit content. Today I fucked up. My class thinks that I'm into incest. This story begins about a week ago. I was casually watching YouTube and a Reddit video pops up and I click on it. I normally do because it's funny, and then I got sucked into YouTube Reddit. I binge almost every video even if I find it interesting or not, because it's typically funny. Anyway, over the course of a week, the only things that I do are watch Reddit videos and go check the fridge every 15 minutes to see if magically something new appears in there. Anyway, the YouTube algorithm began to pinpoint my interests, and the Reddit video people who have engaged in incest, what's your story, popped into my recommended. At first I was put off, but naturally I was intrigued to see their perspective and I click on the video. A little bit in, someone details having sex with their stepsister and how their family routinely fucks each other. I paused the video because it was very detailed and nasty and I didn't want to hear any more of it. Family porn even feels weird to me. I'm very much not into incest, even in porn. Anyways, I then go on to the Google to finish research for a presentation. Fast forward 2 days later, I'm presenting this presentation over video chat. I screen share and begin presenting. About halfway in, I have a couple of YouTube links which pertain to the presentation and I click on them. My Wi-Fi was very slow and it seemed like an eternity, but YouTube finally loaded. Wish it didn't. People who have engaged in incest, what's your story, was all over the screen for my peers to see. I sit there and exit out of the screen casually. I don't rush to exit out of it because my brain couldn't process what was happening. Then the video loads and I continue on with the presentation as if nothing happened. I finally finished this presentation and the meeting was finished, so I left. The presentation was about music in the black church. Too long didn't read. I showed a Reddit video about incest during a presentation about music in the black church. Good luck explaining that to the class. They will never believe you. It's completely online and I know no one in there, so I'm really tempted to just lead it on like I'm into my third cousin or some shit. Well, at least they don't think you are into child porn. Jesus. I'm a teacher and for years I've had recurring stress dreams that I have to teach a class I haven't prepped for. Since COVID, this has changed to a stress dream of me accidentally screen sharing porn over Zoom. You lived my nightmare. I learned the lesson of exit out of everything before something important, lol. As if anyone is staying awake to watch their classmate's presentation. We were all awake because it was a grade to be on the call and actively taking notes. Bless the heavens it wasn't furry porn. Hold the fuck up. Today I fucked up by ordering a vibrator off Amazon. Obligatory, this happened a few years ago. Disclaimer: I'd been single a while, and I'd gone through quite a few vibrators. To minimize embarrassment/sex shaming, I always buy online. There are some great stores in the US that I usually order from, and I've never had problems. The return address is always some generic sounding company, so nobody knows you bought from a sex shop. However, you pay a premium for their female-friendly store and reputable brand. So when the last vibrator broke, I thought, why not just go to Amazon? Everything's cheaper there, they have tons of reviews, and this device really just has to do one thing. I found something that fit those criteria and specified that it came in discreet packaging. Definitely worth a try, right? After ordering, I realized it wasn't going to arrive for weeks because it was coming from China. Fine, not a big deal. Then it finally arrived, an international package from China. I had forgotten that every international package lists its contents on the customs form taped to the outside. Surely, they could put something innocuous on there like electronics or gifts. No, they're in huge capital letters. It said on my package, female masturbation device. I could never look the mailman in the eye again. Let this be a lesson to others: support local businesses. Too long didn't read, ordered a vibrator off Amazon trying to be discreet. It showed up with the words female masturbation device in huge text on the outside of the package. Edit: thanks for the award, kind stranger. It's my first. I wouldn't worry about it. If it's a bestseller on Amazon, then he's probably delivered 5 or 6 of them in the past week. Look him in the eye, exert dominance, make him jealous of a piece of plastic and batteries. No girl. Look the mailman in his eyes. He might be single. Sometimes the vibrator isn't enough. Ha, no one cares, we jiggle and say have fun. I ordered a dildo once. Discreet shipping, they said. The return address was to the dildo company. Someone else in the house collected it, and if they took a good look at who it was from, they were polite enough to never say anything. Okay, that's so much worse. At least I didn't have to see the mailman too often. Today I fucked up by jamming my FWB's car door to have sex in a dark parking lot. NSFW. Disclaimer, this actually happened last night around 10 p.m. I, 22F, went on a cute little date with my FWB, 30 meters. We ate dinner, got a little high, then chilled in his car. At this point, we both wanted to get off. He started to finger me, and I ended up giving him top until he busted. Afterwards, I asked him what he would have said if I wanted to have car sex. I've never done it before, and I wasn't sure how he felt about it. He said he's 100% down, just needed some time to recover from the first nut. We talk and hang out until he's hard again, and then I ask him how we are gonna do this. I'm a bit on the fatter side, so my hips/butt do not lend themselves to just hopping on top while he puts his seat back. LOL. We agree to go to the back seat, bend me over, and have my butt stick out the car door while he stands outside and goes in like that. Perfect. Doggy is my favorite position. Problem is that the car lights won't turn off if the door is open. We are in a dark parking lot at our local mall, and we don't want to call attention to the one car sitting in the middle of the lot. So, he does some googling and learns that he can latch the car door mechanism while it's open to make the car think the door is closed. He does this, we have sex. Great sex for my first time in a car, BTW. But afterwards, we can't figure out how to unlatch the mechanism. We are standing outside his car in the parking lot to try to figure it out for like half an hour. It also didn't help that I was absolutely zooted off of some edibles. Mall security comes and asks us what we are doing. We tell him the situation. He tries to help, but to no avail. Thank goodness Paul Blart came after we finished, haha. We end up driving back to my house with me in the back seat holding the door closed. Lamau. Once at my place, I grab a toolbox and head outside to try to figure it out again. Another half hour spent standing next to him watching him play with the car door. We were both worried we might just have to call AAA. I don't know what made me want to try this, but I told him to pull the mechanism and I would pull the car door handle. It worked. Of course it did. So dumb. Elmo, of course you have to pull the handle to unlatch the mechanism. You can't just pull the latch and hope it'll give. That would not be a secure car door. After dinner and edibles, 2 orgasms, and an hour of being frustrated by a car door, we finally got the door to close. 100% worth it. And now we know for future booty calls, haha. I'm gonna blame the edibles for my lack of brain cells. Too long didn't read, wanted to have car sex, jammed the door open so the car lights would turn off. Spent over an hour's time and some elbow grease figuring out how to fix it, worried his car was forever broken. All for a nut. Every car I have ever owned has a switch that will keep that light from turning on at all. Yeah, this story makes no sense. Flip the switch that turns off the function where the light turns on when the door is open. Problem solved. Any 16-year-old should know this. Your FWB is 30 and still fucking girls in his car? Sounds like you fucked up before this whole scenario. Dang bro, chill. Maybe they hit it off and have a good connection? Who cares? If this whole thing is even real, what's wrong with some car sex every now and again to spice it up? I understand if you're not that type of person, but some people dig it. I'm just saying. Most cars allow you to turn off the interior lights. Might I ask what a FWB is? Friend with benefits smile. I don't like people that describe a guy coming as busting.